The following is a production of Hometown and Home Country Radio Sports.
It's a big one tonight in high school volleyball action. We are underway. Buckle your seatbelts, everyone. Pushed over the net by Niemeyer. Now Vasky setting up Crooks. Short set. Crooks hammers it home. 7-4 Golden Bears. It's fielded by Lichter. Now Olish setting for Crooks. Crooks attacks and it's over. Audie Crooks, a definitive kill. And Bishop Garrigan marches on to the second round of the postseason. Kobe serves. Knuckleball down the middle. Meyer to the knees to play it. Stevens to Von Bank. Free ball back to the Garrigan side. Bodie passes to Vasky. Here comes Joyce. Joyce attacks. It's over. It's over. Bishop Garrigan has survived set number 5. They rally to win 15-13.
Video streaming on the Algona Radio YouTube channel is brought to you by Kemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. And Algona State Farm Insurance Agent Billy Offerman. Now, here's Sports Director Tyler Lance.
And we are live from Eagle Grove Elementary School for another night of top of Iowa West volleyball action. It's the 1-8 Eagle Grove Eagles and the 1-6 Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. Both teams looking for some early momentum this season, heading into the tough portion of the top of Iowa West schedule coming up here shortly. I'm Tyler Lance. My partner is Beanie Bodie. We'll preview tonight's game, but I do want to get into a quick interview here with Bishop Garrigan head coach Dave Schnurr as we talked to him on Breakfast with the Coaches this past weekend, got his thoughts on last week's performance for the Golden Bears and this upcoming week. So without further ado, let's go to Coach Schnurr and that interview from this past Saturday. And Breakfast with the Coaches continues here on your Saturday morning, as right now we check in with Bishop Garrigan volleyball coach Dave Schnurr. Coach, first of all, thank you very much for joining today. Let's start off with Thursday night's match as you guys welcomed Lake Mills to your gymnasium. Had a few good moments there throughout the match. Lake Mills ended up winning it, though, in 3 sets. So I guess overall, what was your recap of that one and maybe a few takeaways you had from it?
I mean, for the most part, I was pretty happy with the progress we made in the last week. I know, like last Thursday we opened up with Belmont and we were sloppy in a lot of areas. I didn't think we communicated very well. I didn't think we played with a lot of enthusiasm, which is things you just have to do in this sport. And I think Thursday that totally flipped around. We played with a lot of enthusiasm. We were hustling after balls. Our communication was much better. We had very few balls just drop in front of people. So, in that aspect, I was really happy. As far as wins and losses, we don't like to accept losses, and we're really not into moral victories. But I see progress. I think there's some wins coming with this team as long as we stick with it. And I was actually somewhat happy, or I guess not disappointed with how we played.
Coach, like you said, there was some progress going on Thursday night, and really look at the first half of the first set and the first half of the third set as well. You played pretty neck and neck with Lake Mills before they kind of pulled away late in both of those. During the stretches where you were playing fairly even with the Bulldogs, what were you seeing during those times that was going well?
We had passes where we could set the ball to multiple people. Where we get in trouble is when we have a pass that we have one option or zero options. When we have the opportunity to set it to one of 3 people or one of 2 people, depending on who's in our front row, we're gonna be all right and we're gonna hang in there. But when we have the ball go to the middle of the court, we'll say, and we can only have one option to set it to, then we're gonna struggle. The other team's gonna sit on our hitter there, and they're gonna probably pass it up, and then our defense is at a disadvantage. But just kind of that. Even game 2, where the score looked terrible, but I think if you were sitting there watching the game, it felt like, to me at least, that Lake Mills was winning the long rallies. We just weren't winning the long rallies, and the score at the end of the game looked bad. At the end of the set did, but I didn't even think we played terrible that set. The score was just bad. So overall, we played even with the team that finishes first or second in this conference for the last 15 years. They have a lot of experience back, so I was pleased with that. But like I said, we want to keep improving and start putting some W's on the board.
No doubt about it. And Coach, as Lake Mills made a couple big pushes late in each set, talk to me a little bit about just how you can kind of teach the young team to maybe finish off sets once you get to that 15-point mark and you need to get those last 10.
Yeah, I think that comes with experience. I think it comes with mental toughness. Both of those things are things that, we're trying to build. I think that our girls are pretty mentally tough, but we're not volleyball mentally tough, if that makes sense. We are coming to practice focused. We're coming to practice looking to get better. I'm really, really happy with the accountability that the kids are taking. The sets get over, and we lost last night, and they're like, geez, I missed a big serve, coach, or, God, I had a set and no blocker, and I hit it out of bounds, those things. So at least we're not making excuses. We're taking accountability. My bad, that was my mistake. And I think those things are going to start paying off for us eventually.
And, Coach, you have a little bit quieter of a weekend for the varsity than last weekend when you were at the St. Edmund tournament, as your next match is coming up on Tuesday against Eagle Grove. So what do the next few days look like as you get ready for that one?
The next three, we have been going hard since July 31st. So we took off yesterday, and we are taking off today. The JV's playing today. So the varsity girls are going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and then we're going to get back after it Monday. And, we have 2 matches next week. We feel like they're both matches. If we show up and play the way we think we're capable of, we're going to have an opportunity to win both of those. And if we can do that, then I think we're going to start getting on a little bit of a roll. So, yeah, that's kind of what the next week holds for us, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach, as we wrap up leading into next week, like you said, a couple top of Iowa West matches on the schedule as you face Eagle Grove on the road and Garner Hayfield Ventura at home. So what's your synopsis of both of those teams and maybe a couple things you need to see from your team to try to get the wins in those?
I don't know much about either one of the teams. I know you girls got a win in the conference. I know Garner's lost a couple in the conference now. But I haven't even sat down and watched tape on either one of them, so I can't give you a real good answer there. I know that, like this past week, we really just concentrated on Bishop Garrigan, and I think we're going to do that again Monday, and just try for us to get better. And whatever the other team does, it does. But we're going to try to get in better and improve on, a couple areas. We let some tips on the Lake Mills drop on our part, just because we weren't in the right spots. So those are things, if we clean up in practice and we worry about ourselves, I think they'll start taking care of themselves in games.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to seeing the next week of volleyball action get started. Thank you very much for joining today, and have a good weekend.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Tyler.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weichert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, where community connects.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Just about set for high school volleyball action here on Make that Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. I'm Tyler Lance, my partner's Beanie Bodie, and Beanie, tonight, it's one of those matches where both teams have had a lot of losses so far this season. Eagle Grove comes in 1-8, Bishop Garrigan's 1-6. It's one of those ones where you go into tonight really just needing that win, that boost of momentum, that boost of confidence, and both these teams have an opportunity here tonight to get just that in the top of Iowa West Conference.
Sure, they both need that win, but that's exactly why this is going to be a really relaxed game. Both teams, I think, are just going to have some fun, playing some volleyball, improving their skills. Not a lot of pressure, I don't think, is going to be exhibited on the floor. I think we're going to see some relaxed volleyball. It is going to be a fun night. These two teams have played each other a lot, and they'll see each other throughout the season, not just on conference nights like this, but they also are often in attendance on a lot of those Saturday tournaments. And that's what makes it fun about high school sports. Get to know each other a little bit more in volleyball season, because see each other repeatedly over the season, even hanging out in the lobby at some of these schools at tournaments. And good atmosphere here in Eagle Grove, Iowa tonight. Good atmosphere in this purple and gold gym. It looks like it's a nice night for everyone. Home Country Radio, and we had a country national anthem, Tyler.
We did. Someone here from Eagle Grove High School did a really good rendition of the national anthem. Normally they just have a pre-recorded version they play, but someone stepped up and actually sang it tonight.
Oh, it was fantastic. Had a little bit of a country feel to it. Don't hear that very often. Nice preview for the night to come. I feel like the national anthem often sets the tone for the gym. Like, you can always tell whether the crowd's antsy, if the players are antsy. Tonight, not the case. Very relaxed, probably because we're coming off that 3-day Labor Day weekend. I think these teams are relaxed, and the crowd is relaxed. They're ready to go.
Well, that's a good point. We are coming off a 3-day Labor Day weekend, so not a whole lot of action for these two teams lately besides just practice. You know, Beanie, back in your coaching days when you ran into a long weekend or, you know, a holiday break or anything like that, how did you handle that with the team and try to keep the momentum going into a match like this?
Well, it was so difficult to get the focus back on the game. So try to do some sort of up-tempo drill right away, even if it means doing that drill in the pregame warm-ups. And we saw both teams during the pregame warm-ups doing some pretty intense drills. I think that'll get those players focused right away. Plus, it's always difficult for volleyball because it's not a Friday night like football, so you know you got to go to school tomorrow, and you just came off a school day. So it's especially hard in volleyball to kind of flip the switch into the competitive atmosphere of a gymnasium, and that you've got to be at the top of your game. And you have to bring the energy right away in volleyball. You don't want to give up a momentum switch early or get behind early because you just don't bring energy to the game. So you always have to have something up your sleeve as a coach to get everyone fired up. And Coach Schnurr's been doing this for a long time. I'm sure he had something on the floor just now before we get going to get them fired up.
So Bishop Garrigan and Eagle Grove coming up here on Home Country, KLGZ, Algona, and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. Our video stream being brought to you by Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona. Also being brought to you by Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Algona Municipal Utilities, where they are community-owned for community benefit. Algona State Farm Insurance agent Billy Offerman, and Chemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Your scoreboard graphic here on the YouTube stream, brought to you by Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants. They had me a little bit backwards tonight, Beanie. Normally I'm expecting the order of you introduce the teams, then you go into the national anthem, but they've kind of flipped it around here at Eagle Grove, so...
You always got to be on your toes here, Tyler. Plus, it's always interesting in volleyball. They introduce every player on the team before the game starts. Can you imagine if we did that in football? We'd be introducing for quite some time with some of these big lineups.
Yeah, the games would be ending after midnight if we did that, especially with the Garrigan football roster this season and some of the larger sizes that it has there. But we will take it. Everyone getting their moment in the sun. Pretty good crowd settling in here at Eagle Grove Elementary School. I almost said wrong, middle school. This is not the high school. They have this new nice gym here in the elementary school that they use, and it's a really good setting for a volleyball or a basketball game.
It is a nice new gym. But how fast the years go by. It is now showing its age already. You build a brand new gym. You know, Garrigan built a gym a few years ago. And as soon as you get a new gym up, someone's got something bigger and better. But, yeah, this is a very new facility. They added it onto the elementary. All the high school sports are here. You can always tell the age on a floor because of the color it turns. You know, those lights turn that wood over time, and this one's got some brown showing. But, yeah, still a very nice new gym. It's got the nice new bleachers. And Tyler, we've been able to see a lot of nice new gyms in our time here.
No doubt, they just keep popping up, and a lot of schools upgrading their facilities, and this is another nice setting for a volleyball match. Bishop Garrigan trying to keep a long winning streak against Eagle Grove going. Eagle Grove's last win against Bishop Garrigan was back in 2012 as the Golden Bears have won 16 straight matches against the Eagles, and all those matches were in straight sets. They've won 42 sets in a row against Eagle Grove, but the Eagles trying to get their shot at the Golden Bears tonight. As both teams wearing black uniforms. Bishop Garrigan's over on the right side of your screen. They have the black uniforms with the yellow lettering and numbering. Eagle Grove has the black uniforms as well, also yellow lettering and numbering, but they have the purple sleeves, or Bishop Garrigan has the solid black. So if you're trying to keep things straight on the video stream, it's going to be hard to tell, but right now Bishop Garrigan, they're down to our right. Eagle Grove is down to our left, wearing very, very similar color schemes tonight. I don't know if they planned that, Beanie, but they're definitely matching up.
Thank goodness they're not playing basketball against each other, or it would be real difficult. But at least the net separates the two teams. We should be able to keep it straight here on the video and on the floor. You know, both these teams, very young teams, both coaches, a new coach for Eagle Grove. So both teams still earlier in the season trying to put it together as we get set for play.
Elliot Segala is the coach for Eagle Grove. Dave Schnur, the coach for Bishop Garrigan. As Teresa Middleton, the Eagle Grove junior, will spin the ball in her palm and get ready to begin tonight's action. Middleton jump serves, and we are underway from Eagle Grove Elementary School. Bodie passes up to Alish. Murphy pushes it towards the back row. Middleton lets it go, and that one's out of play. Eagle Grove, the early 1-0 lead.
Well, good thought. They saw a hole in the back corner and went for it. Nice pass, nice set. And instead of the spike, they decided to push.
Middleton line drive serve this time. That one catches Montag for an ace. Middleton brought a little extra mustard on that one, and it's 2-0 Eagle Grove.
Yeah, always a part of the decision the coaches have to make is how they want their serving rotation to go.
Middleton serves, and that one is down beneath the net. That'll be a service error, and Bishop Garrigan gets on the board to make it 2-1.
And you want to start off with your strongest server, but you have to make sure that you have that strong server in her stronger position as she rotates through. So Garrigan will start off here with Murphy serving.
It'll be Reagan Murphy for Bishop Garrigan, eyeing up the Eagle Grove defense. Line drive serve towards Middleton in the back row. Gets it up front as Eagle Grove attacks. Murphy lets it go, and that one is beyond the baseline to tie it up at 2.
Well, I think right off the bat, you can see both these teams having a hard time getting their attacks down. Maybe a battle of who can make the least amount of errors tonight.
Murphy serves it towards the back row. Eagle Grove touches it. It's knocked backwards by Chloe Stile, and the Eagles have to play a free ball over the net. Murphy in the back row for Bishop Garrigan. Up to Alish. Eastman takes a swing. It's knocked backwards, and Eagle Grove won't get it back over. That one went all the way past the baseline, past the basketball baseline, and hit the wall on the left side of the gym.
So you see Garrigan get a successful bump, a successful set, and Eastman puts down the spike. Whoever can execute their offense more tonight, I predict, is going to take the match.
Murphy, a sinking serve, dug out by Middleton. Gets it up front to the Eagle Grove setter. Big swing, and that's going to be a kill for Eagle Grove. Kennedy Thacker putting it away.
Oh, that was a big hit. Thacker, big middle hitter right there. Perfect set. She elevated and smacked it down. Not a lot the Bear defense could do there.
And that was number 1 setting up Thacker for Eagle Grove. Unfortunately, they don't have a number 1 listed on the roster, so not sure who that is to give her credit, but it was a good set and a good finish to tie it up at 3, as the serve will now be from Thacker, and she'll serve it into the net. Bishop Garrigan up 4-3 here in the first set.
Well, Tyler, I believe when you don't know who a player is, it is Jane Doe.
Yes, it was a great set by Jane Doe on the last one. Now it'll be Zoe Montag, the southpaw, just down to our right over on the far side of the court. Montag serves, it just clears the net, and that'll be an ace. Diving attempt to save it by Briley Merla for Eagle Grove, but can't dig it out, and it's 5-3.
Oh, I'm sure Montag wishes she could do the same thing again. The hardest serve is when it just catches the tape at the top of the net. So hard to receive those.
Montag again, this one with a little more elevation. Merla makes first contact. Eagle Grove sets it, it's pushed over the net by Stile, back to the Bishop Garrigan side. Lichter gets it in the middle of Eastman. They spar at the net. It's back onto the Garrigan side. This will be a point for Eagle Grove. Lift called against Eastman.
You know, Eastman did a good job there as the pass was going a little too far to the net. She was not going to be able to spike it, so she had to anticipate, get elevated, and knowing that the overpass was going to get smacked down in her face. Got in a good net battle there, but lost.
Noelle Kovacs, the Eagle Grove senior wearing that yellow libero jersey, serves it up. Eastman attacks, it's blocked at the net, and Eagle Grove ties it up at 5.
Well, good attack by Eastman, better block by Eagle Grove.
So 5-5 tie, set number 1. Kovacs back to serve it again. Eagle Grove, a fairly senior-heavy team, as Kovacs is one of them. Serves end over end towards the middle of the Eastman. Overpasses, it's off the top of the net, and Lichter is able to get the free ball back over for Bishop Garrigan. Took a friendly Golden Bear hop. From the middle, pushed down by Stile. Bodie tries to dig it out, it's into the net, and there's a point for Eagle Grove, making it 6-5.
Well, Eagle Grove communicating well. Like you said, Tyler, some seniors on this team, really good at positioning there, and Bears got to pick up their movement without the ball.
6-5 Eagle Grove. Knuckleball serve that time by Kovacs. Garrigan overpasses again into the front row of the Eagle Grove defense. Kaiser tries to hit it over, but it'll be a point for Eagle Grove. They had an opportunity there, but couldn't capitalize as it's tied at 6.
Yeah, as predicted, Tyler. Neck and neck so far. You talked with Coach Schnur about staying strong all the way through in his interview. See if the Bears can keep playing strong.
Avery Lichter with a sideways spinning serve, and she kept that one inside the baseline. That's an ace, and it's 7-6 Bishop Garrigan.
Oh, she perfectly placed that serve between 2 of the back row players. They hesitated for a second on who was going to take it. Hesitation always loses.
7-6 Bishop Garrigan. Lichter, a low serve, accidental free ball over the net by Eagle Grove. Aller sets it middle to Eastman. Eastman swings, and that one had red paint all over it. It got the baseline. Eastman just kept it in, and it's 8-6 Bishop Garrigan.
Well, I don't know how she got that ball to sink and catch the line. I thought it was going to go long, and it just dove down and grabbed that back line Great call by the line judge, right on top of it.
Lichter, the high looping serve to Middleton in the back row. Merla up to the front, pushed over the net by Thacker. Alish at the net, it's sparse, it goes back to the Garrigan side, and there's another point for Eagle Grove. Eagle Grove has won a couple of those jousts so far tonight, and it's 8-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Yeah, that ball is just dancing around the top of the net a lot. Very hard for the setters to get that ball placed perfectly for the spikers. So we're going to see some net battles tonight.
So Eagle Grove will get to serve now. 8-7 Bishop Garrigan set one. Ball hits off the top of the tape, bounces to the Garrigan side. Lichter to Bartolo. Bartolo swings towards the back row, and Eagle Grove can't get this one back over. Kill for Bartolo, 9-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Wow, what a hit by Bartolo. She planted her feet, drew that strength up through her body, and really had a forceful spike with that right arm with her feet on the ground.
Senior Violet Bodie to serve for Bishop Garrigan. Serves it right down the middle into the back row. Up to the front for Eagle Grove. It's a bad set and it's going nowhere. Eagle Grove won't get it back over as that one was set into no man's land, and it's 10-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Well, good job. Keep the pressure on them. Just get your serves in. Force them to play it. See if they can make an error.
Bodie again. Serves it into the front row this time. It's set for style. They misset it again. Bishop Garrigan trying to put it back over the net, and that'll be a double hit against Eagle Grove.
Oh, that was fortunate. Garrigan had the opportunity to crush an overpass right into Eagle Grove and came away with a point.
Bodie low serve, touched in the front row by Eagle Grove. They overpass again, and it's flushed back over by Alish. 12-7, Bishop Garrigan on a run here in set one.
Now that's what Alish wanted to do the first time around. Smash down that overpass like she did just there. Nice job, Stacey Alish.
So timeout called by Eagle Grove, 12-7 Bishop Garrigan here in this first set on home country KLGZ. Beanie, we're seeing a few mistakes so far by Eagle Grove. That overpass is really hurting them so far, and then just a couple of wayward sets. They haven't gotten a ton of good attacks since their first few points.
Yeah, it's very nerve-wracking if you're passing the ball. If you get it too close to the net, you're going to get the overpass smashed down at your team. But if you leave it short and you don't get it to the center, then coach is going to say we got to have a better pass that's closer to the net. So passing is a very difficult thing to do in volleyball. It's underrated, I guess, underseen, because we're always looking for the big smash, kill, and the exciting spike. But none of that can happen if it doesn't start with a very good and accurate pass. Boy, Tyler, we were at 6-6 just a moment ago. Bears have rattled out 6 points to Eagle Grove 1. That happened pretty fast. If they can keep that momentum, that will be good for the Bears. Bodie can maintain the serve. You see after these timeouts, sometimes a server struggles, breaks their rhythm a little bit. See if Violet Bodie can keep getting these serves in.
Well, and this was the part of the set that was really tough for Bishop Garrigan against Lake Mills, where they were playing relatively even with the Bulldogs last week up until about this point, and they had trouble finishing it off. So we'll see if the Golden Bears can muster a little bit more of a push here and close this one out. Tapped over the net by Eagle Grove. Lichter makes first contact. Alish to the near side, Bartolo. Bartolo swings, it's over the net, and point for Bishop Garrigan. 13-7 as a lift is called against Middleton.
You know, it's got to be really tough for the defense to line up across from Bartolo.
Bodie serves towards the back corner. Middleton makes first contact up to the front to Style. Sets it in the middle. Tapped over the net nicely by Eagle Grove. Garrigan kept it alive, though. Murphy pushes it over, and the Eagles can't get it back. 14-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Great net play by Reagan Murphy. Going back to Bartolo, she is the smallest person on the floor, and when she lines up as Garrigan's outside hitter, the opponents must be thinking, she's their outside hitter, but she can get off the ground.
Middleton up towards the net, and that one is into the net. Point for Bishop Garrigan as Middleton could not find her mark with that pass.
Well, the tables have turned. This is where Bishop Garrigan has found themselves in the past, where they just can't stop the bleeding. Eagle Grove can't find a way to get a side out here. Bodie's going on for about her 7th serve here, I think.
Figueroa coming in for Eagle Grove, the senior wearing jersey number 4. Serve is towards the attack line. Bishop Garrigan takes advantage of another overpass as Murphy gets the kill to make it 16-7.
Oh, Murphy smashed down that overpass. I think if you ask a lot of volleyball front row players, that's their favorite thing.
Bodie again, short serve. Style to the near side, Figueroa back to Style. Style big swing, but too long and out of play. 17-7 as Bishop Garrigan continues to pour it on in the first set. So Bishop Garrigan has Bodie serving. Golden Bears continuing the run as Bodie aims it right down the middle of the court. Up to the front to Figueroa, sets it in the middle. Tapped lightly over the net, and this one is going to be an Eagle Grove point. Perfect placement by Kaiser, and that'll make it 17-8.
Oh, it's a great tip by Eagle Grove. The Bears were getting all kinds of momentum going. Reagan Murphy in the middle was smashing them down. Cesa Alish smashing overpass. Emmy Bartolo in the front row was smashing. So those three, you knew Eagle Grove had to do something to get it over them. And they did just that, tipped it right over their heads.
That will stop an 11-1 run by Bishop Garrigan as Lichter receives the serve. Murphy, big attack and another kill. Reagan Murphy piling up the kills here in set 1, and it's 18-8 Bishop Garrigan.
Yeah, Reagan Murphy is such a momentum player, a confidence player, someone who when she gets going and feels it, boy, she is just dynamite.
Now Bartolo back to serve, and that one is into the tape and stays on the Garrigan side. Service error, that'll make it 18-9 as Eagle Grove gets a point back.
Now we got Montag as the outside hitter, Murphy in the middle, and Seisha Alish on the front right. Back row, Bartolo, Bodie, and Lichter.
Chloe Stile, another senior for Eagle Grove. Down the middle towards Bodie, passes up to Alish. Short set, and that one is miscommunicated. Bodie and Murphy both in the zip code that time, but not every one of them took it, and it's 18-10.
Well, Alish, the setter, set it behind her, thinking there was a hitter behind her, but there was no one back there. And then Bodie came from the back row, tried to save it. 18-10,
Bishop Garrigan on top of Eagle Grove. Bodie passes it up to Montag. Montag to Alish, pushes it over the net to Stile. Figueroa sets it left. Big swing coming for Eagle Grove, but Jeske can't put it down. It's too long, and it's 19-10 Garrigan. And now we're going to say it's tipped. It was tipped at the net, so give Jeske a kill and make it 18-11.
You know, most of the high school girls are very honest, and when you saw the Eagle Grove front row saying, I think they tipped it, they were probably right.
Stile serves again. It's a long serve taken by Bartolo up to Alish. Sets it near side Montag. Left-handed swing. It's tipped near the net. Eagle Grove keeps it alive and they push it back over. Bodie up to the front to Alish again. She'll short set it to Murphy. Murphy scoops it over. Eagle Grove, a nice sliding save by Figueroa. Tapped back over the net. Lichter there. Alish in the out-of-bounds territory as Bodie has to send the free ball over the net towards the Eagle Grove Eagles. Thacker to the near side, Figueroa. Big swing by Middleton, can't put it down. Now Alish aims towards the back corner. Point for Eagle Grove though, as
Alish went under the net when she landed.
Yeah, good call there, Alish under the net.
She did a really nice job elevating and sending it deep, but when she landed, her right foot was well over the line. Good spot by the official.
18-12, Bishop Garrigan on top of Eagle Grove, set 1. Stiles serves, and that one is into the netting. Service error makes it 19-12.
Stiles tries a little bit of a jump serve. It's always exciting when a high school player has a jump serve. Gets everyone excited for when their turn comes around, but when they don't get them in, really shatters their confidence to keep trying in front of everyone.
Jocelyn Gonzalez in for Stile now. Hard serve by Alish as Middleton gets it up into the front to Schild, pushes it over and then back to the Garrigan side. Murphy attacks again. Eagle Grove able to keep that one alive. Schild again from the attack line. Did that one stay inside the line? No, it did not. It was just out of bounds there. Point for Bishop Garrigan.
That was close, playing the lines. Good visible green line here in Eagle Grove.
Alish will be serving for Bishop Garrigan. Aims towards the back corner far side, and that pass is heading into the post. And a point for Bishop Garrigan.
You know, this gymnasium's got the lines painted for 2 basketball courts when they want to go sideways. No pickleball courts on this, which actually helps us because there's less lines.
Yeah, a little less chaos as Alish serves to Middleton. Middleton up to Figueroa, keeps it back in the middle of the Eagle Grove defense. They will aim towards the back corner. Bodie lets it go. That's out of bounds, and it's 22-12 Golden Bears.
That was close. Always fun to watch the line judges. They're just innocent civilians that get called into service and taught how to line judge real quick. And that time the line judge hesitated for a second, then realized, oh, yeah, I got to call that.
Alish hard serve. Eagle Grove able to dig it out, though. Figueroa sets it in the middle, but they overpass there, and Murphy flushes it over. 23-12.
Well, Garrigan getting some great net play out of their front row. That time it was Murphy, Bartolo, Montag, all doing some good work at the net tonight.
Alish serving again. Aims it towards the far side. Flores hits it to Middleton. Middleton pushes it over back to the Garrigan side. Bodie up to Alish. Back sets for Lichter. Lichter swings and she puts it down. 24-12 Bishop Garrigan. Here comes set point.
That's going to make the Bears super happy because that had a high degree of difficulty. Alish did a back set. She sets it blindly, knowing that there's a player back there. Avery Lichter, fantastic attack on that.
Alish serving again. Hard serve, and there's an ace. It handcuffed Flores, and Bishop Garrigan takes set number 1, 25-12. They dominate the final 3 quarters of that set, and Bishop Garrigan goes up 1-0 here on Home Country Radio and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeb's Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeb's.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Bishop Garrigan 1, Eagle Grove nothing as we go to the second set here on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube stream. I'm Tyler Lance, my partner's Beanie Bodie. Beanie, in that first set, Eagle Grove gave Bishop Garrigan's front row players a lot of easy flushes, some overpasses. Bishop Garrigan's front row players took advantage, and they really dominated the latter part of that first set.
Yeah, they did, and that's what you talked to Coach Schnurr about in your interview with him. You asked him, what are you going to do to try to get to that 15-point mark and then keep scoring? Because they seem to hit that 15-point plateau and not be able to finish games. That time they definitely kept their foot on the accelerator, and as you said, aided by some Eagle Grove overpasses. But it was credit to the front row for Garrigan being aware, having their head on a swivel, knowing that overpass was coming. And it was some nice job. Also some good offense there. That last set in particular by Sasha Alish, back setting to Avery Lichter was pretty. That'll give the Bears a lot of confidence. And, you know, when they left the huddle there, you know, they were looking confident, but they shouldn't underestimate what they're doing here. Like, these two teams are fairly evenly matched. It's definitely who is going to play the cleanest. And in that last match, Eagle Grove started well, but then they just made too many errors. And Garrigan got their serves in. Alish finished it off with some really nice hard serves. Bodie had a really nice stretch of serving in there. Got to get those serves in, and Alish is going to start off right where she left off.
Bishop Garrigan serving from right to left on the radio dial as Alish gets things underway. It's a line drive serving to the back row. Style hits it up near the ceiling. Figueroa has to center the ball back to the middle, and it's a miss hit by Eagle Grove. 1-0 Bishop Garrigan as Thacker couldn't put it away.
You know, Thacker showed in that first game some really serious power at the net. They need to try to get her that ball.
Alish another hard serve, but this one is heading out of bounds beyond the far corner to tie it up at 1. Beanie, I'll tell you what, that first set had to have been the most fun set Garrigan's played this year. Not just because they won a 25-12, but again, if you're a front row player, you know, when we're playing recreational volleyball on the sand pitch, you're always hoping someone's going to just set one up for you right at the net as Eagle Grove attacks, but Thacker cannot keep that in play, and right. Garrigan goes up 2-1.
And that time, Garrigan overpassed, and Thacker got so excited. She went up to pound that ball, hit it 2 feet too far. Yeah, you're right, Tyler. That is the fun part. No one wants to be malicious, but boy, it's fun when you get hit that ball hard.
Murphy with a long serve and a little bit too long, a foot or two there beyond the baseline, and that will tie it up at 2 here in the second set.
And now everyone on both teams hitting the ball a little too hard. Alish really went for it on that second serve of hers. She was trying to paint that right on the back line too far. Murphy just went too far. Thacker just hit it too far. Someone's going to have to calm down coming out of this timeout. It's 2-2.
Briley Merla, the lone freshman on the Eagle Grove roster right now serving. And she went too far. She crossed over that baseline when she served. And that's going to be a point for Bishop Garrigan, 3-2.
Yeah, you don't see the foot fault very often. But the volunteer line judge on the spot started waving that flag immediately.
So back to Bishop Garrigan. Zoe Montag serving up 3-2. That is a sinking serve. Middleton almost overpassed. And yep, Garrigan hit the net there. Eastman. And that'll tie it at 3.
Boy, Montag, too bad she only got a serve at once because she rifled that serve over there. That's probably the hardest serve we've seen tonight for sure after Alish. But yeah, Eastman got so excited to slam down the overpass, she hit the net.
Now Kovacs serving for Eagle Grove. Lichter for the overpass this time. Pushed back over, though, by Eagle Grove. As Alish sets it near side of Bartolo. Right-handed swing, angles across court. Played, though, by Kovacs. Eagle Grove on third contact plays the free ball over to Bodie in the Bishop Garrigan back row. Now Alish over to Eastman. Eastman floats it into the Eagle Grove back row this time. Eagle setting up an attack. Near side, big swing, and putting it down is Nadia Kaiser. 4-3 Eagles.
Good attack by Eagle Grove. Bears taking a little nap there, not communicating so well at the beginning of this first one. Not calling out the free balls, not calling out their blocks loud enough.
Kovacs, a looping serve into the back row to Montag, sends it way out of bounds. Alish chases it down, and now Bodie has to push a free ball over the net. Kovacs passes up to the front to Figueroa, sets it up. A swing by Kaiser. Montag has to try for it, and she makes the contact. Bodie now up to Bartolo, pushed over the net. Eagle Grove keeps it alive, though. In the middle, flipped over the net by Style. Now Alish, short set to Eastman, and there's a point for Eagle Grove, as that's 2 hits there against Bishop Garrigan. 5-3 Eagles.
A tough call. That was close. Alish doesn't got to get an explanation. She felt like it was clean, but the official says she tapped it twice.
5-3 Eagle Grove, set number 2. Kovacs a laterally spinning serve. Bodie a nice sliding dig. Eastman on third contact. They joust at the net. She pushes it back to the Eagle Grove side as the Eagles keep it alive. Swing by Kaiser, blocked by the Golden Bears. Lichter and Eastman reject that one, and that'll make it 5-4.
There we go. There's a senior and a freshman communicating on the block. So they get over here, hip to hip. Both went up together. Nice block by Lichter and Eastman. Lichter serves.
Now Lichter serves. It's towards the back row. Kovacs hits a ceiling ball. Middleton trying to chase it down. Look out over there in the bleachers. Good hustle by Middleton, but she can't get to it as Bishop Garrigan will tie it up at 5.
Yeah, boy, with all the injuries happening in sports these days, you saw Middleton just go crash into the bleachers. You don't want to see that, but kudos to her for making the effort.
Yeah, she avoided hitting that too hard. I know, BD, if you had gone over to the bleachers in that momentum, we'd be sending you to the hospital.
Yeah.
This is a deep serve by Lichter. Eagle Grove might have been better letting that one go. They push it over the net. Lichter a diving save. Back onto the Eagle Grove side. Figueroa sets it in the middle. Tapped over by Style, but she can't get it over. It hit the tape, and it spun back to the Eagle Grove side as Garrigan goes up 6-5.
Yeah, I would be in a wheelchair if I even tried to run with you today, Tyler. I think I'd be going to the hospital.
Oh, man. With how hot it was today, I wanted to be in a wheelchair after I ran. As Kovacs gets it up to the front to Figueroa. Style is let out of bounds. She'll have to push it over as Bodie digs it out for Garrigan. Alish, short set Eastman. Eastman can't quite put it down. Eagle Grove, a nice save initially, but they can't get it back over. And it's 7-5 Bishop Garrigan.
That was a great pass by Bodie, a good set by Alish. Then Eastman put it down. But you can see Alish and Eastman, well, Alish the setter, just working better and better with all of her hitters as the season goes on.
Lichter deep serve. Middleton lets it go, and that one is out of bounds. Service error makes it 7-6 as Eagle Grove is down by 1.
Just as the setter, you have to know where your hitters want the ball, how much time they want it to be in the air. Like that time, their timing was a little bit off, but every game we watch, they get a little bit better at their timing.
Figueroa serves to Montag. Hits it back to Bodie in the back row for Garrigan, and now this will be a free ball. Bartolo hits that one too deep and out beyond the baseline. We are tied at 7 here in the second set.
Well, just like the first set, which is where we're at, get about this far in the game. It was 6-6 in the last time. Now it's 7-7. We'll see who can hold.
Figueroa, knuckleball serve towards the back row. Bodie passing up to the front to Alish, sets it near side Bartolo. Soft tap over the net. Eagle Grove ready for it initially, and then a miscommunication. The first pass went from Style to Figueroa, but Figueroa didn't look to be ready for that one. This is 8-7 Garrigan.
Yeah, Middleton, a good hitter for Eagle Grove, was upset. You know, there was a chance. They had a good opportunity to set up a good attack there and didn't make it.
Now Bodie serving. It's a short serve, diving dig, but hit back over to the Garrigan side. Now Bodie overpasses. Garrigan able to save it, though. Near side, Bartolo aims it cross court. Kovacs makes first contact. Merla up to the front. Free ball down the line by Eagle Grove.
Madeline
Bronk makes the initial contact. Murphy for the swing, but it's a little bit too strong that time as Eagle Grove gets the points and ties it up at 8.
2 good digs there in that series by Madeline Bronk, another senior on the team. We'll play when she can get in there. Haven't seen her much this season, but Garrigan's got a few seniors over there that Coach Schnur works in when he can.
Crystal Flores teeing up the serve. Flores end over end to Bronk in the back row. Hits it sideways over to Alish. Alish into the back row to Bodie. Has to play the free ball back over to the Eagle Grove side. Flores towards Figueroa. Almost let her into the official on the near side. Style pushes it back to the Garrigan side. Alish on second contact. Hits it back over to Eagle Grove. Figueroa sets it. Near side Middleton. Big swing, but a little bit too strong. 9-8 Bishop Garrigan.
Oh, she's looking at that line. That was very close by Middleton. She really swings well, hits it hard. Now Bears set up Bartolo to serve. Back row, Bartolo, Bodie, and Bronk.
Bartolo, deep serve. Kovacs makes first contact up to Figueroa. Middleton hits a knuckling ball over the net. Diving dig by Bodie. Free ball over the net by Montag. Eagle Grove with Flores to Figueroa. Set in the middle. Style can't put it down as Bronk makes initial contact for Garrigan. Alish gets to the near side to Montag. Hits it all the way to the back row of Eagle Grove. Up to Figueroa, near side set to Middleton. Soft touch over the net, and that one is just out of bounds.
Oh, that was
10-8 Bishop Garrigan.
Brilliant by Middleton. There was no one there. I thought she was going to hit it hard, and then she just taps it at the last second. Garrigan had nobody there, but it just sailed wide right. Garrigan up 10-7.
So 10-7 Garrigan, and I think, was Eagle Grove out of rotation there?
Yeah, they started moving before that serve was served. So in volleyball, the teams have to line up in the position that they're at, as the rotation says. Then as soon as that ball is served, they can all move to wherever they want to go. That time they were moving before the ball was served and get called for a penalty. That would be a free point for the Bears. So called for their out of rotation movement. And now the official is giving them a chance to get it straightened back up. It's always frustrating because if the players don't know how they messed up, and as a coach, you don't get to go out there and position them correct. And so
Middleton's taking charge of the situation for Eagle Grove. She's lining up two of her teammates as they have it straightened out. Kovacs receives the serve. Figueroa over to the near side to Thacker. Aims it towards the back row to Bartolo. Up to Olish. Sets it near side Montag. Montag with a little half swing. Got it over the net. Into the middle for Eagle Grove. A little hesitation, but it's pushed over the net by Style. Tapped over by Olish, but point for Eagle Grove. As Olish, I think, went under the net once again. Second time they've got her for that tonight.
Yeah, she does a really nice job of controlling her body's momentum and somehow slamming on the brakes midair to make sure she doesn't come down on the opponent's side of the court. But twice tonight, her legs have just sailed wide underneath the net. She knew she did it, got the look on her face, gritted her teeth, was hoping they didn't see her, but they did.
Bishop Garrigan up 1-0, leading 11-8. As there's a big swing by Murphy, blocked back to the Garrigan side, though. They keep it alive. Bartolo in the back row up to Murphy. Murphy with a push over the net, and Murphy got the kill anyways. Well, that huge initial swing got denied, but that time angled it towards Figueroa, who couldn't handle it, and it was 12-8.
That was an interesting little double-handed spike by Murphy there. Worked really well. She didn't have to elevate that high and was able to put some power behind it.
Yeah, and spun that one downwards pretty well, too, as Olish serves it off the top of the tape, bouncing over to the Eagle Grove side. Shield hits it back over to Bodie on the Garrigan side. Olish sets it near side to Montag, aims it towards the back row, but it's dug out by Flores. Up to Figueroa. Another big swing, blocked to the net. Eagle Grove there to keep it alive, though. Gonzalez back to the play. Now Olish sets up another attack. Montag again. It's tipped to the net, kept alive by the Eagles. Punched by Flores near the net, and Eagle Grove got it back over. A nice defensive play that time. Montag tries again. That time too strong. Great defensive possession by Eagle Grove, and that'll make it 12-9.
Good volley, both teams. Couple nice blocks there. Boy, Avery Lichter is really coming along on her blocks. Avery Lichter spent most of her career here at Garrigan as a setter on the freshman and JV teams. And now she's being asked to play a lot of front row. She's really blocking well tonight.
Here's Middleton with a jump serve to the near side. Diving dig by Bodie. Olish scamps over to get the ball. Now Lichter can't get it over on third contact. That'll make it 12-10 as Eagle Grove within two. Good initial serve, though, by Middleton. She started off the first set serving. Got the first 2 points for Eagle Grove as Middleton serves, and that one's off the tape and back onto the Eagle Grove side, making it 13-10 Garrigan.
Well, both teams have avoided the unforced errors until Middleton here hits it into the net. Both teams doing a nice job of keeping it together, keeping their game solid.
Murphy from directly in the middle, and there's an ace. Miscommunication in the back row as Eagles were looking at each other, and it's 14-10 Garrigan.
Ooh, 2 unforced errors in a row. Garrigan starting to separate. Once you get up by 5, it's hard to stop the bleeding.
Murphy again aims for the same spot. Flores hits it over the net, overpass, but Garrigan can't put it down. And the next hit by Eagle Grove got the corner. That had green paint all over it. Bartolo let it go, but that'll make it 14-11.
And Bartolo, I think Murphy was back there. They had their hands up. They were going to gamble, and they gambled and lost that time as the ball catches the line. It was going to be close.
And how about the definitive call on the point from that official on the right side down to our right? And she was right on top of that as Bodie makes the initial contact, gets it to Montag. Montag up to Eastman. Eastman hit that one off the top of the net as it spins out of bounds, and it's 14-12. Eagle Grove back down 2.
Yeah, you bet. When you're an official, every official makes bad calls. If you're an official that hasn't made a bad call, we want you.
That's right.
But when you make that bad call, you got to be confident. And a good call. Good call, bad calls, always got to be confident. Oh, another unforced error by Eagle Grove as they serve it into the net. That is crushing them here in this second game.
Yeah, Thacker's errant serve will put Bishop Garrigan back up by 3, 15-12 in set number 2, as Garrigan took the first set 25-12. Had a big 11-1 run in the middle of that. Eagle Grove rotating around here as Figueroa heads to the bench. Montag waiting patiently to serve right now. Montag from a standing position serves, and that one is a little bit too low and into the net. 15-13 as Eagle Grove continues to stick around here in the second set.
You know, Montag has such a strong left arm. She's been hammering it down from the outside hitter. Love those left-handed outside hitters. And when she gets back to serve, you can see her, she has to take something off in order to get that ball in, and then it makes her accuracy struggle a little bit.
Kovacs, a wobbling serve, but it works to perfection. That one just short of Montag drops in for the ace, and it's 15-14. Garrigan's lead down to 1.
Ooh, got a good game going here, Tyler.
4-0 run right now by Eagle Grove. or I believe 3-0 run, excuse me, as there's another knuckleball serve. Bodie makes an initial miss hit, and that one is up too close to the net for anyone to get it. And we are tied at 15 on back-to-back aces by Kovacs.
Boy, that was a pass gone awry. She wanted to go to the right, went to the left. Arms must not be matched up.
Kovacs, another spinning serve. Bodie a diving dig. It's over the net, though. Pushed back by Style. Alish sets it up for Eastman. Eastman blocked by Style, and Garrigan got it back over on the third contact. Bodie got it back over. Middleton gets the ball in the center to Style, sends it down the middle into the Garrigan back row to Bodie. Passes up to Alish, short set to Lichter, punches it over the net, but Merla is there to make the play. Style spins it over once again. Alish right there to get it. On second contact, Lichter's going to dump it over and score for Garrigan, make it 16-15.
Good headsy play by Lichter. That was just a second contact. Alish kind of dug it out there, and Avery Lichter saw an opportunity to find an open spot on the floor and kind of hit it behind her head.
Lichter line drive serve to Middleton. She overpasses. Eastman tries to put it down but can't do it as Eagle Grove was there and ready. Kaiser. Eastman tries again. Nice save by Eagle Grove. Tapped back over the net by Style. Set to the near side for Garrigan. Big swing, but that one is out of bounds as Kyra Dykey can't put it down. And that will tie the match at 16, or the set at 16, I should say.
You bet Kyra Dykey coming in as outside hitter here. Another senior on the Bears.
So 16-16 tie, set number 2. Bishop Garrigan taking the first set. As the Eagles will serve a line drive serve. Montag passes up to the front to Alish. Tapped over the net by Eastman. Kept alive, though, by the Eagles. Kovacs up to the front to Style. No look hit over the net to Bodie in the back row. Alish sets it. Short set to Eastman. Big swing, but too strong on that one. 17-16, the Eagle Grove Eagles have climbed back into this and taken the lead in set 2. So 17-16. Eagles trying to even it up at one set apiece. As the serve is low, Bodie overpasses up to the front row for Eagle Grove. Middleton into the middle of Style. Soft touch over the net. And nice job there for Garrigan. Montag got to it. Eastman puts it over the net. Middleton taps it back over the other way to Garrigan as Montag gets it up to Alish. Alish on second contact hits it into the back row of the Eagle Grove Eagles. A set to the near side. Big right-handed swing, but too strong. Nadia Kaiser can't put it down, and we're tied at 17.
Tied up again after a series of Bishop Garrigan kind of had a few errors in a row there. Allowed this game to get evened up, and now Eagle Grove back to the errors. Bodie serves.
Bodie low serve, and that one's into the net. 18-17, Eagle Grove inching ahead here in set 2.
Now it's the race to 25. Both these teams, as we've said, have not come in with winning records. And you can start to feel their little anxiousness starting to brew here on the floor.
Crystal Flores from the near side walks up and serves it way towards the back row, and Bodie wisely lets that one go. That'll tie it at 18. Flores too strong on that one.
Trading miss serves here. Kyra Dykey, the senior, exits the game as Bartolo comes in to serve. Kyra put in her spots in the front row.
So Bartolo to the line for Bishop Garrigan, walks up and serves a line drive. Kovacs digs it out up to the front. Middleton, big attack. Bodie makes the contact. Alish puts it over on the second hit. And kept alive by Eagle Grove. In the middle, it's Style. Punches it towards the Garrigan back row to Bodie. Now Lichter will lift there. No, double tap. She gets called for the 2 hits there, and that'll make it 19-18 Eagle Grove.
2 hits, boy. I'm glad I'm not an official. I think that'd be the hardest call to make in the game. To be consistent on the double hits. That's a tough one.
I know, it's always such a subtle call, too. It's hard to see from our vantage point up in the bird's nest, but that official on the far side of the court right on top of it. And a big point for Eagle Grove, up 19-18, 6 away here from taking the second set and breaking a 42-set, actually now 43-set losing streak against the Bears.
And it's always so difficult because things happen so fast in volleyball. For instance, those double hits, but also when there's a net play. Bang, bang at the net. It's tough to call.
Style serves it to Bodie. Guides Alish towards the far side. Murphy, big attack, and that one is just a little bit too long. 20-18 Eagle Grove.
Oh, it doesn't get much closer than that, and she hit it so hard. That line judge just had, if she blinked, she would have missed it.
Style again, Eagle Grove up by 2. Bartolo off the dig. Alish scrambles to save that play, and Lichter gets the free ball over the net. Middleton sets it up towards the far side of the court, pushed back over the net by Jeske. Alish back sets to Murphy. Murphy cross court. Eagle Grove in scramble mode here. They have 1 hit to get it over, and Middleton able to get the free ball back over to Garrigan. Bodie passes up to Alish. Sets it near side. Montag reaches back and plays it over the net. Eagle Grove setting up an attack of their own. Jeske, huge swing, but that one is way too long. That one hit the padding beyond the basketball baseline on the fly.
Yeah,
that'll make it 20-19.
You keep that volley going and see if the other team makes a mistake. That time Eagle Grove broke.
Alish serves towards the far side of the court. Flores now pushed over the net by Jeske. Alish sets it in the middle. Murphy, huge swing. Dug out nicely, though, by Stiles. That one caught her. Tapped back over the net by the Eagles. Shield hits it over. Now Alish to Murphy. Murphy with the two-hand push over the net. And the Eagles setting up their own attack. Hit down towards the back row to Bodie on the Garrigan side. Alish sets it near side to Montag. Leans back, aims cross court. Oh, and she kept that one in. What a great hit by Montag, and that'll tie it up at 20.
Oh, with her left arm, she went right across the court and still close to the net. Nice cross court hit. Good pass by Bodie. Good set by Alish. More of that offense.
Montag has gotten really good at playing those tough angles, too. That was not an easy one to put down. As Alish will serve it into the net, claps her hands in frustration, as that'll give a freebie to the Eagles and make it 21-20.
You know, on the Bears team, there's either hard servers or people that serve those floaters, knuckleballs as I like to call them. And Alish, boy, she hits it hard.
Middleton, a rocket serve to Montag. She hits it over the net on first contact. And they're going to whistle and give a point to Bishop Garrigan because that was 2 hits against Eagle Grove.
Yeah, I thought that was a lift there. And Coach Schnurr, you could see with his body language, he definitely thought it was a lift. And a little bit of a late whistle, but the right call.
Yeah, Coach Schnurr did assist on that one, no doubt. As Murphy rifles a serve into the net. 22-21 Eagle Grove, and the Golden Bears serving has not always been their friend in this set. They've given Eagle Grove a few freebies on this one.
No, really nice job serving in that first game, but struggling here, and now things are getting intense. It's 22-21, first one to 25. You can see the faces have changed from fun to serious.
The freshman Merla runs up and serves it, and that one's into the net. The teams are now trading service errors, and we are tied up at 22 in the second set.
Well, the freshman for Eagle Grove came in, and you could tell that there was some anxiety because all the upperclassmen were encouraging her and wishing her.
Now here's Montag, got it over the net. Eagle Grove almost overpassed that one. It's into the net, and a point for Garrigan. The initial contact by Jeske was a little bit too much, and Garrigan with a big point to go up 23-22.
And here's Montag with a very powerful serve. Just got to get it in.
Montag again. It's a long serve. That one is going to handcuff Gonzalez. Eagle Grove scrambling, and they can't get it over on third contact. Gonzalez's initial touch there really didn't set anything up for the Eagles, and that'll make it 24-22 set point.
Yeah, Gonzalez was in no man land. She wanted to let it go long, but knew if she risked it and it was in, right on that line.
Montag for set point. Aims towards the back row, Gonzalez. Up to the front for Eagle Grove. It's pushed over the net by Schild. Bodie makes initial contact. Alish sets it for Eastman. Eastman swings, can't put it down. Eagle Grove in scramble mode, though. They get the ball back in the center to Schild. Aims towards Alish, and Bodie there to back Alish up after that contact. Lifter, no look, hit over the net. As Schild hits it to Bodie in the back row. Nice dig down on her knees. As Bartola now swings. Can't put it down, though. Eagle Grove has Merla make the play in the back row. Now the Eagles attack. Kaiser tipped to the net by Lichter. This will be a point for Eagle Grove as the lift is called, and that'll make it 24-23.
Oh, exciting. Exciting game point for the Bears. Eagle Grove has got to get this point.
So 24-23, it'll be Kovacs to serve. Into the back row to Montag, up to Eastman. Bodie has to scramble and push it over the net towards the opposite side of the court. Kovacs made the initial contact. Kaiser lifts that one a little bit too far, though, and it's out beyond the baseline. Bishop Garrigan hangs on in the second set. 25-23 as Kaiser just got a little underneath that one and hit it too far. So Garrigan up 2-0, looking to close it out in the third set. It's coming up next here on Home Country at 98.5 FM and AM 1600.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Boyd & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Set number 3 is Bishop Garrigan has won the first 2 sets over Eagle Grove, 25-12 and 25-23. Got a little bit interesting there at the end of set 2. Beanie Eagle Grove went up 20-18, but the Golden Bears had just enough to finish that one off and capitalized on a couple Eagle Grove mistakes as well.
Yeah, they really held serve. They did a nice job. You know, you just volley long enough, and someone's going to make a mistake in volleyball. You just have to be the team that holds on long enough. And that time they had a couple great volleys by both teams. And boy, it was a little nerve-wracking there at the end there. Got some exciting volleyball going. Good attacks by Bishop Garrigan down the stretch. They kept trying to make that pass, get it to their setter, and their timing's getting better and better as we go.
All right, BD, I'm not going to let this go unacknowledged because Garrigan is so loose right now. They're signaling up to you here in the press box, having you take a little team picture for them as they're down on the court. That is a team that's loose, up 2-0. And boy, Eagle Grove, you felt like you let set number 2 get away if you're the Eagles. You had Garrigan on the ropes there for a second, down 20-18, and now we'll see how the Eagles respond. You're 1-8 on the season, you're down 2-0, and against a team that you haven't beaten since 2012. So how Eagle Grove plays the first few points here will really say a lot about the tone of this third set and how it's going to go.
Absolutely. You know, you want to see them come and play hard again, but so many times when we hear the sports report in the morning, Tyler, you say the scores are 25-23, and then the last one always ends up lopsided.
Middleton, a short serve, and that'll be an ace to start things off. Much like how the first set started off, Middleton delivers a point for Eagle Grove, and they go up 1-0.
Good serve. Bodie couldn't get to it. Ace.
Middleton jump serve again. Rocket into the back row, and that one handcuffs Montag, and that'll be another ace. Middleton brings some serious heat. You know, I'd like to see Eagle Grove stack her and Kovacs back-to-back serving because Middleton has that just rocket serve towards the back row, and Kovacs has that more of a knuckleball serve that really provides a change-up to the Garrigan defense. But this time, Middleton will hit a service error and make it 2-1 if she can't get it over the net.
Absolutely. That was great serving by Middleton for 2, but got to be consistent, keep getting those serves in. Now we'll see if Reagan Murphy can get her done.
Murphy, low serve. Middleton hits it over on first contact. Bartolo up to Olish. Eastman in the middle. Eastman, big swing, and she puts it down. Tied at 2 here in the third set.
No, and that's a freshman. She doesn't play like a freshman. She's very relaxed, like you said, Tyler. In between the games there, the Bears went from an anxious game 2 to they're just as relaxed as it can be to start game 3 here.
Murphy serves again. It's another line drive. Style gets it up to the front row. Now a deep push over the net, as Garrigan has Montag attacking and can't get that one back over. Bishop Garrigan goes down 3-2 here in the third set.
Well, Montag really wound up. She was going to pound that one. She could feel it. Just net stopped her.
Kennedy Thacker setting up for Eagle Grove. 3-2 Eagles, set number 3, 2-0 Golden Bears overall as Bodie hits the first contact over the net. And then Middleton overpasses there, and it's flushed back by Bishop Garrigan. Or no, check that. I think they got the net there. 4-2 Eagle Grove, so Eagles will catch a break there and get a point.
Yeah, Bears are so excited. That time Eastman catches the net.
And Coach Schnur put his hands on his head there from the far side of the court. That kind of gave that one away as Olish tries to punch it over the net, but can't find Eastman, and it's 5-2 Eagle Grove. Kind of got caught in between there that time.
Bears got to clean it up here.
So 5-2 Eagles coming out well here in set number 3. Thacker serving, low line drive. Bodie makes the initial contact. Bartolo up to the front to Eastman. Tried to play a free ball over the net, but just hit it straight into the net. And the Eagles are up 6-2 here. Golden Bears a bit out of sorts to start the third set.
Eagle Grove just coming out and throwing caution to the wind, and they're just walloping these serves, just taking a risk.
Thacker again, and that one, she almost hit that one beneath the net. Got a little too on top of that one, and that'll make it 6-3, but a couple service errors here by Eagle Grove Eagles. And now Montag will be back for Bishop Garrigan. Montag dribbles the ball a couple times on the hardwood, puts it in the air, and she'll serve it into the net. 7-3 Eagles. Back-to-back errors. As Kovacs checks in. The libero for Eagle Grove goes back to serve. We'll see. This will likely be a little less power, but Kovacs, some good directional serving tonight. Rainbows it towards Eastman, up to the front to Olish. Back to Bartolo. Bartolo, big swing, can't put it down though. And on the third contact, Style can't tip it over. That'll make it 7-4 Style. Kind of at a 180-degree angle to the net there with tough vision, couldn't put it over. As Lichter's back for Bishop Garrigan to serve. Lichter aims towards the far side to Middleton. Up to the front row for the Eagles. Style pushes it down the line, but a little bit too far down the line as she pulled it outside, and that'll make it 7-5. Point there to the Golden Bears.
And good job by the Bears moving defensively. Their coaches are right there encouraging them.
Lichter again, this serve is down the middle, and this one's going to be an ace. That one handcuffed Merla and shot out of bounds towards the far side. 7-6, Bishop Garrigan now down by 1.
You know, maybe the hardest thing to do in all of these court sports is moving without the ball. And if you're a volleyball defender, you just always absolutely have to be moving and getting yourself repositioned.
Lichter again, aims towards Middleton, passes up to the front row, short set, tapped by Style, blocked back over though by Garrigan. A little bit of a more soft block that time, and it'll tie it up at 7.
Well, here we are again, Tyler. All 3 games so far, we've either been tied at 6 or tied at 7.
Yeah, deja vu all over again, as they would say, but similar start as Lichter spins the serve back towards Kovacs in the back row. Pushed over the net by Kaiser for the Eagles. Alish sets it in the middle towards Eastman, and Eastman hammers it home. 8-7 Golden Bears as they take the lead here in set number 3.
Middleton almost dug that out, but when Eastman hammered that, they already knew it was time for a team celebration. It would have been a rude awakening had that actually made its way in.
Lichter just got it over net, and there's an ace. Perfect placement by Lichter right between the front and back row.
Oh, maybe a millimeter between the ball and the net as Lichter skims it right over.
9-7 Bishop Garrigan, Golden Bears. Right now on a 7-1 scoring run. Lichter serves to Kovacs in the back row. Eagle Grove has Style curling around, pushing it back towards Bodie in the Garrigan back row. Alish short set Eastman, and Eastman powers it home again. 10-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Oh, and the timing is there. Boy, if Eastman gets her timing on that quick set, that is tough. She elevates and smacks it straight down. No chance to get under that and dig it out.
Yeah, really good leverage for Eastman as the tallest player on the Garrigan floor as well, as Style hits it towards the back row of Garrigan. Bodie up to Alish. Alish back towards Lichter, pushes it over from behind the attack line. Now Style in the middle. Miss hits that one into the net. 11-7 Bishop Garrigan as the Golden Bears are rolling here in the 3rd set.
Well, what a flip-flop. All these games, the team starts hot, then they tie at 6 or 7, and then someone takes over. Now the Bears are.
Lichter a twisting serve towards the near side to Kovacs. Style, far side of the court, pushes down the line, diving dig by Bodie. It goes over the net though, and then Eagle Grove puts back over on first contact. Garrigan wasn't ready for it. Eastman hit it to Montag, now Bodie, free ball. It's a little bit short, got over to the net though. Eagle Grove setting up an attack here for Kaiser. Big swing, Montag able to dig it out, a joust of the nets, and that'll be a point for Eagle Grove. It was Alish and Kaiser won that one.
Yeah, that time Alish, again, couldn't stop her momentum from going underneath. I don't know how these volleyball players do it. Their momentum's heading towards the net, and they have to slam on the brakes midair. That was a great volley. Unfortunately, the end of a great service run by Avery Lichter.
11-8, Bishop Garrigan on top of Eagle Grove. Montag digs out the serve. Alish chases it down. Eastman almost put that one down. Got some momentum behind that swing as Style pushes it back towards the center of the Garrigan defense. Alish sets it near side Bartolo, angles it cross court, but out of bounds right in front of the Eagle Grove bench, and that will make it 11-9.
Good idea by Bartolo. Montag's had great success today with that cross-court hit. Bartolo tries to get a taste of that, just a little too long.
11-9 Bishop Garrigan set 3s. The Golden Bears lead at 2-0. Line drive serve. Montag makes initial contact. Alish chases down that pass. Eastman hits one towards the back corner. Kovacs makes the contact. Bumped over the net by the Eagles by Kaiser. Eastman in the middle. Eastman swings, can't put it down. Eagle Grove with a chance here. A set to the near side to Kaiser. Kaiser hit the post, it looked like. I guess, apparently not, I guess.
Yeah, it was hard for us to see because it's clear on the far side. I knew something was going to happen there. I was surprised that that ball got on the right side of the pole, but ends up Alish got called for bumping the net or something. That was a confusing one.
Athletic play, though, by Kaiser. As Montag receives a bullet serve, Alish and Kaiser joust at the net, and Kaiser pushes it over to make it 11-11. 4-0 run here by Eagle Grove.
Well, this is where Alish is such a competitor. She's had 3 bad points in a row, but her experience, even as a young player, this is where she can refocus and get ready.
11-11 tie. There's a rocket serve into the net. That one was about 100 miles per hour, but that'll be an error, giving Bishop Garrigan the 1-point lead once again.
I mean, Alish, as the setter on this team, predominantly, as Bodie goes back to serve.
Bodie serves it towards the front row. As it's pushed over the net by Style, and Style found the perfect spot. Dropped it into the soft spot of the Garrigan defense in the middle and ties it at 12.
You know, so the 2 young Alish and Bartola, the 2 sophomores, as freshmen, they had all that experience on that state basketball team. So I have to remind myself that they're just sophomores because we've seen them play so many sports.
Flores back to serve, and Flores sends it into the net. 13-12 Bishop Garrigan. And not to mention 2 years of softball action as well, getting a lot of action both their 8th grade year and their freshman year. So it feels like they've been around for longer than they have.
Yes, they're going to be those players when they're actually seniors. We're going to feel like we've been watching them for years.
Flores overpasses, and Allis flushes it home. 14-12 Bishop Garrigan.
And then you've got Zoe Montag, also so much experience. She is a junior, but I regularly think of her as a senior because we've seen her play so much.
And this is a long serve by Bartolo and out of bounds. 14-13, service error by the Golden Bears. Eagle Grove is going to send Style over to the bench, bring Gonzalez in right now, as Gonzalez will head back to serve. Bishop Garrigan up 2-0 here from Eagle Grove Elementary School. Gonzalez serves it low, and that's into the net. Teams trading service errors here as Bishop Garrigan's up 15-13 now. Another rotation here by the Eagle Grove Eagles as Figueroa comes into the ball game. Alish will head back to the line for the Golden Bears. Alish right-handed serve towards the back row. Up to Figueroa. And Eagle Grove is going to run out of hits here. That initial pass guided them out of bounds, and that'll make it 16-13 Garrigan. Alish back again. Alish line drive, rocket into the back row. Played by Flores, up to Figueroa. A set to the near side of Middleton, pushing it back towards Bodie. Lichter to the near side of Murphy. Murphy gets it into the back row of the Eagle Grove defense. Figueroa sets it to the near side. Almost a miscommunication there as Eagle Grove was able to get the free ball off over the net. Murphy in the middle, big swing, can't put it down though. As Figueroa sets it over to Thacker along the far side of the court. Angled the cross court to Bartolo. Now Montag gonna attack the other way by Garrigan. Diving save by Figueroa. Overpass and the flush by Murphy though. Oh, an athletic play by Figueroa, but that one was right into the waiting arms of Reagan Murphy.
Oh, she was ready for that one. That was a great offensive series for the Bears. They got a good pass set to Spike, and it got Eagle Grove on their heels and set up that overpass for Murphy to smash.
Gonzalez receives the serve, and Eagle Grove can't get this one back over. Just looked to be out of position that time. Everyone kind of going for the ball right around Gonzalez, and it's 18-13 Garrigan. So ace by Stacia Alish. Alish again, same spot, and Gonzalez hits that one out of bounds. 19-13, Garrigan is aiming for the middle of that back row right now and pulling away here in the third set.
They are rolling right now, and the Eagle Grove team could use a timeout, but does not look like those coaches are going to help break serve of Stacia Alish here.
19-13, Alish to Gonzalez again. That one is heading towards the Eagle Grove bench, but this time they'll save it. And it's pushed over, but it's pushed out of bounds. Jeske, or make that Thacker, can't keep it in play. And that'll make it 20-13. So 20-13 Garrigan. Big run here by the Golden Bears. Alish serves near side to Middleton. Middleton gets it back. Hits it back over to Bodie on the Garrigan side. Alish back sets to Lichter. Lichter, big swing, and she puts it down. 21-13 Golden Bears. I believe we were just tied at 11 a couple minutes ago.
We were. That shows how Lichter has come along with a front row hitter. She's hitting on the weak side there. Right-handed, really smashed that one down well.
Alish deep serve and too strong on that one. Service error by the Golden Bears will make it 21-14. That's got to be a relief for the Eagles. They were seeing a little bit too much of Stacia Alish for their liking, as the Golden Bears get a good run of her serving, and now it's back to Middleton for Eagle Grove. Jump serves. Montag tries to dig it out, but hit that one right into the referee along the near side, and ace will make it 21-15. So Middleton again. Started off serving for Eagle Grove, got an initial couple of aces to begin the third set. As Middleton aims it towards the middle of Montag, guides Alish out of bounds, and Bishop Garrigan can't save that one. Alish was heading right towards the scoring table, and another ace by Middleton makes it 21-16.
Bears are going to regroup, had such a good momentum going. It's hard to imagine that they were down earlier in this game. They came roaring all the way back here, but Middleton, a very good server back for Eagle Grove.
Middleton twisting serve to Montag on the Garrigan side, passes up to Alish, back sets Murphy. Murphy, big swing, and she puts it down right off the hands of Flores, and it's 22-16 Garrigan.
Yeah, whenever Garrigan is just doing what they can and not trying to do too much, the hits go down. But you can tell they've been working so much on practice on their attacks. Their timing's getting better and better.
Murphy serving into the back row. Flores makes the initial contact. Middleton up to Thacker. Free ball over the net to Bartolo. Alish sets it up near side Montag. Montag aims towards the back row, but Flores able to make the contact for Eagle Grove. But Garrigan's going to get a point out of this. 2 hits called against Eagle Grove, and it's 23-16.
So my point being made right there by just Bartolo made a great pass out of the back row. Good set back to Montag on the outside hitter. Very good offense there.
Murphy serves again. Gonzalez will guide Shield out of bounds. Free ball over the net coming from Eagle Grove. Garrigan overpasses though. Eagle Grove trying to flush it back over, and they'll get the point out of this.
See, and even there, Reagan Murphy caught in the back row, tried her best to pass that up. You know, she could have just sent over free ball and lived to see another day, but they're really working on trying to get that bump set spike.
Thacker serving for Eagle Grove right now. Thacker end over end towards Montag in the back row. Passes up to Alish. Sets to the near side. A little bit too close to the net though, and Garrigan won't get this back over.
And here come the Eagles right back at you. 23-18. They're back within 5. That to me is always the magic number. If you can stay within 5, you always have a chance, but time is running out.
23-18. Thacker again. End over end serve as Bodie receives it. Guides Alish almost too close to the net. Got it back to Bodie. Bodie tried to play the free ball over for back to the net, but that one is guided out of bounds, and it's 23-19. Eagle Grove not quitting here in the third set. Thacker's got to be just about perfect here. Does not want to set up set point for Bishop Garrigan. And that one off the top of the tape and an ace.
Oh.
Perfect spin and a good bounce for Eagle Grove, and it's 23-20. And Coach Schnurr wants a timeout right now. I'll tell you what, Beanie, Bishop Garrigan looked like they had Eagle Grove dead and buried, but all of a sudden, Eagles are right back in it here in the third set.
Yeah, they came screaming back. Wow, what serving there by the Eagle Grove. They've been going for it this whole game 3. I mean, they're down 2-0. I'm sure their coach said, just get out there and go for it. Serve it hard, try to get them in. And they started rough. They've had their share of net balls tonight, but boy, that was a smash of a serve. No chance for the Bears to get it. She's warming up again. Here she goes.
So Thacker has Eagle Grove back to within 3, 23-20. Bishop Garrigan up 2-0. Thacker serves to Bodie in the back row for Garrigan. Alish sets it behind her to Lichter. Lichter got it back to Thacker on the Eagle Grove side. On second contact, Figueroa puts it over for the Eagles. Lichter setting it up in the middle. Half swing there by Eastman. Can't put it down. Now Eagle Grove attacks. Kaiser mishit that one, but it almost crossed up Bishop Garrigan. They'll get it back over to Montag at the soft touch, and it's mishit by Eagle Grove, and it's 24-20. Oh, a mistake there by the Eagles. It was off the hands of Schild, who holds her head as she made the initial contact, and Bishop Garrigan has match point.
Good decision by Montag to not risk a big hit that might go wide or net. Just push it over, force them to play defense and make a mistake, which they did. And now Bears have game point with Alyssa Hoagland making her first appearance here in this varsity round.
Hoagland trying to close it out. The left-handed serve into the back row to Gonzalez. Up to the front to Figueroa. Sets it towards the net. Tapped over lightly, and Garrigan is going to get the point here and end it.
Oh.
Eagle Grove had one of their players go underneath the net, and that is it. 3-0. Bishop Garrigan gets it done in Eagle Grove. 25-12, 25-23, and 25-20. We'll take a timeout and wrap it up next on Home Country Radio, KLGZ Algona.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmer State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Strowman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio. We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services, view their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. passionate about teaching, creative about dance, visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports Club members bringing you this game.
A slump buster for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears tonight in Eagle Grove, Iowa, as the Golden Bears pick up their first top of Iowa West win of the season and second overall win, winning 25-12, 25-23, and 25-20. It was in straight sets. Bishop Garrigan now 2-6 on the year. Eagle Grove dropping to 1-9, and the Golden Bears have their 17th straight win over the Eagles, and now a 45 straight set winning streak against Eagle Grove. I'm Tyler Lance. My partner's Beanie Bodie, and Beanie, Bishop Garrigan, they got the job done tonight. They won it in straight sets. Obviously, still a few things to work on for the Golden Bears. There were a couple rough moments from time to time. Certainly a lot more service errors than they'd like to see, and the occasional miscommunication, but obviously feels good to get back in the win column if you're the Golden Bears.
Yes, Coach Nur had to call timeout there at the end of Game 3 to just remind them to focus and finish this out and make sure they still want to play good volleyball. Because, there's a lot of volleyball throughout the season. There's no time for bad volleyball. At least you don't want to play below the level at which you can play. And Coach Nur saw that they could be better than that, and then they came right out of that timeout, and they played really sharp for those last few points. That's got to make the coach happy that they responded to that. But there's always a little bit of pressure when you come in with a streak like that, Tyler. You beat a team 17 times in a row. You don't want to be that Bishop Garrigan squad that gives up the victory to a team that you've got a good streak going against. And the Bears showed none of that pressure getting to them. They were very relaxed through the whole night, even when it was close. That Game 2, very close, especially down the stretch. They ended up winning 25-23, and Game 3 was close as well. But the Bears, this team, boy, they are, I don't think laid back is the term, but they don't seem to be phased when things start going awry. They just have a real positive attitudes and don't let anything bother them too much.
Yeah, they're starting to find their identity a little bit. Obviously a young team with a lot of moving parts compared to last year, but I really like the way Golden Bears consistently targeted Eastman when she was in the front row. I believe it was the second or maybe it was the third set, but there was a point where Eastman had about 4 points in a row, and you just saw Garrigan going to her time after time. Murphy had a big streak early in the game as well. Garrigan, they're starting to try to identify the hot hand a little bit and just go back to it, go to the well until it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, Alish is setting that middle really well. They continue to try to work on that timing. How high should Alish set the ball? Where do her hitters like it? Those are the adjustments they keep working on in practice, but it's that game time, game speed, as the coaches always say, that they got to get used to. And they mixed it up plenty tonight, too. Like you said, they found the hot head. Eastman and Murphy, they're doing some nice job as the middle hitters, but they also mixed it up. A couple really nice back sets to Avery Lichter on the backside where she put them down and kept the defense honest, and then they set outside to Montag a few times, and Bartolo had some nice hits where they keep the defense guessing. You don't want to let that defense get locked in and just assume you've only got one hitter there, and so Bears mixing it up pretty well. And back row played well, passed it well. It all starts with a good pass, and serving. It continues to be a nightmare for coaches when their team can't get their serves in, especially when I know every coach spends so much time in practice. You serve and you serve and you serve. So when they hit the net or go out, it's so frustrating to sit and watch for coaches, spectators, for everybody. And believe me, there's no one likes to be on that service line and have their ball go out. No high school girl wants to be on that spotlight. But that continues to be the biggest deal for both these teams we saw tonight. So many unforced errors serving into the net.
Yeah, a lot of unforced errors tonight and some things to work on, but Bishop Garrigan can at least work on them after a win. Golden Bears will face Garner Hayfield Ventura in another top of Iowa West matchup on Thursday night. We'll switch things over. We'll be on the other side of the town. I'll be down in Fort Dodge, Iowa for the Algona versus St. Edmund volleyball match coming up on Thursday night. And of course, we will have the Bishop Garrigan football game for you here on home country on Friday night as they will face North Iowa. That's it for tonight, though. Bishop Garrigan gets the job done in Eagle Grove, 25-12, 25-23, and 25-20. It was a 3-0 sweep by the Golden Bears. For my partner, Beanie Bodie, I'm Tyler Lance signing off. This has been a Home Country Radio KLGZ sports production as Bishop Garrigan takes this one in straight sets.